equal standing at the top of the mat, grounding down through the four corners of the feet as you lift up through the legs. Mula Bandha, gently elevate the pelvic floor. Uddiyana Bandha, gently elevating the inner wall of the belly. On your inhalation, sweeping the arms up overhead, gaze to thumbs. Exhaling, folding forward, look toward the knees. Extend the spine. Inhale, step both feet back, lowering with control, knees, chest, chin. Resist gravity. Inhale, lift from the back of the heart, gazing forward or up, cobra. Push the hips back, straightening the legs on the exhale, downward facing dog. And let the webbing of the fingers and the webbing of the toes open, allowing for a greater sense of space through the soles of the feet and the palms of the hands. Center yourself upon your breath. At the end of your exhalation, gazing ahead, inhaling, stepping up to the top of the mat, extend, folding forward on the exhalation, weight equal. Rise up with the in-breath, sweeping the arms into the sky, look to thumbs. Exhaling, arms back by your sides. Again. Inhale, rise up, keep the floating ribs contained. Exhale, fold around the groins. Extend the spine long, drawing the shoulders down the back. Stepping both feet to the back of the mat, lower, keeping the elbows close to the ribs. Inhale, rising from the center of the chest, neck long. Push back, legs straighten on the exhalation, downward facing dog. Hands just marginally wider than the shoulders, allowing the shoulder blades to broaden across the upper back and draw down in the direction of the waist, keeping the neck long and free of tension. Stretch the hamstrings and the calf muscles toward the earth. At the end of your exhalation, bringing the gaze forward, inhale, step up to the top of the mat, extend the spine. Exhaling, folding forward, lift the hips toward the sky. Inhale, rise all the way up, gaze toward thumbs. Exhaling, arms back at your sides. Last round. Inhale, lift up, gaze to thumbs. Exhaling, Uttanasana, cervical spine long. Inhale, extend, keep the toes relaxed. Step both feet back, lower with control, navel to spine. Inhale, stretching the straightened legs away as the heart opens forward. Exhaling, push the hips back, straighten the legs. Downward facing dog. Drawing the pubic bone back, while at the same time allowing the breath to flourish, growing within the pose, allowing the waves of the mind to settle. At the end of your exhalation, gazing forward, inhaling, stepping up to the top of the mat, extend the spine, folding forward, head to knees. Inhale, rise all the way up, gaze toward thumbs at the peak of the breath, arms back by your side, Samastitihi. Settle into your breath. Bringing the hands to the waist, open your feet hip width. Exhale, folding forward, reaching out with the index and middle finger to grasp the big toes. Lengthen the spine fully, filling with the breath. Exhaling, bending the elbows out to the sides, gaze down the tip of the nose, Padangusthasana. Be mindful of your foundation, standing equally through the four corners of the feet while allowing the toes to relax. Gently drawing back upon the big toes, keep the shoulders climbing up into the hips. Focus on the inhalation, climbing from the hips through the heart, encouraging the spine to lengthen. Exhalations cascading back down into your foundation. Lengthen the spine up, inhaling. Exhaling, gently push the feet away as you draw the hands to the waist, and on the inhalation, lift yourself back up to tall, feet together, arms by your sides in equal standing. Inhale, stepping out, elbow width to the right, pivot on the heels, turning the feet to the right, and exhaling, hinge forward into triangle posture, reaching to whatever degree is available to you, be it a block, the shin, or eventually the big toe. Let the eyes calmly fixate on the left thumb as the awareness is drawn back into the rhythmic flow of your breath, refining the posture bit by bit while remaining objectively aware. Eyes to earth, use the inhale, lift back up to center, pivoting it upon the heels for the left side. Exhaling, hinging to the left, finding your variation of trikonasana. Eyes calmly gazing, awareness to your breathing process. At the conclusion of your exhale, allow the eyes to shift to the earth for balance. Inhale, right arm helps to draw up to center, feet parallel. Exhale, step lightly to the top of the mat in Samasthitihi. Again, inhaling out to the right, stepping wider, grabbing for the hips, and with an exhale, folding forward, place the hands upon the mat, your shoulder width. Re-lengthen the spine, find that rebound with the inhale, and then folding on an exhalation forward as the elbows bend. Although the hands do rest upon the earth, be sure to keep the weight in the soles of the feet, all the while drawing up the leg muscles, encouraging the hips to rise. Listen to your Ujjayi breath. Inhaling, lengthen the spine halfway. As you exhale, feel that gentle push of the feet away from center while catching the hips. Inhale, lifting to tall. Stepping lightly, top of the mat, equal standing, Samasthitihi. Vinyasa to seated. Inhale, arms overhead, gaze to thumbs. Exhaling, diving into your forward fold. Keep the weight equal, left to right as you go. Extend the spine long as the shoulders draw down the back. Bend the knees, step or float back, Chaturanga. Upward facing dog, breath up to the tops of the lungs. Roll over the toes, downward facing dog. Gazing forward, step or lightly hop to seated into Dandasana, staff posture, legs straight out before you, palms of the hands resting upon the earth beside the hips. Pushing through the palms of the hands, encourage the spine to lengthen up tall, reestablishing the lift of the pelvic floor and the inner wall of the belly. Gazing calmly to the tips of the big toes as the inseams press toward earth and the inner heels extend forward. Center upon your breath, allowing the mind's reactions to dissipate. Paschimottansana, extending forward, grasping for the big toes, lengthen with the in-breath, exhaling, bending the elbows out to the sides, fold forward. And much like Dandasana, feel the forward press through the soles of the feet, while at the same time drawing the heads of the thigh bones back into the hip sockets. Calm, rhythmic breathing, using that ebb and flow of the breath to slowly coerce space as well as awareness into the posture. Lengthen as you fill, exhaling hands back to the hips. Crossing up the legs, roll over the feet, step or hop back, lowering through Chaturanga. Upward facing, nice deep breath to open the heart as you stretch the belly. Downward facing, over the toes. Gazing forward, use the inhale, travel again to seated, step or lightly hop. From Dandasana, draw the hands back behind you about 6 to 8 inches, bending into the knees as the feet plant, and with an inhale, lift the hips and heart as you allow the eyes to gaze back. This is a variation of Purvottansana, breathing right up into the tops of the lungs, allowing the thighs to help generate that lift of the hips. Releasing down on your exhalation, crossing the legs, roll forward, step or hop back, Chaturanga. Inhaling, upward facing dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Gazing ahead, use the inhale, step or lightly hop, returning to your seat. Bending the knees, bring yourself into a comfortable cross-legged seated posture. Arms wrapping around behind the back, grasping for opposite elbows. Exhalation, folding forward. Simultaneously, feel the sitting bones anchoring toward the earth as you gaze in the direction of the third eye. Allow your awareness to rest upon the rhythm of your breath, tuning the posture slowly. Inhalations building upon the space already available. Exhalations allowing you to release any unnecessary resistance. Good, sustaining that soft ujjayi sound. Inhale, slowly lift yourself back up to tall, rising into a gentle back bend at the peak. Exhaling, release. Allow the backs of the wrists to rest upon the knees. Thumb and index finger connected as the remaining three extend. You feel the lifting action of Mula Bandha from the floor of the pelvis, the gentle elevation of the inner wall of your belly, Uddiyana Bandha. In-breaths rising from the pelvic floor to the heart, encouraging the spine to lengthen higher and higher into the heavens. Exhalation, allowing us to reestablish that sense of anchoring. Let the upper palate relax. The backs of the eyes soft. Begin drawing the eyes forward, bringing the palms of the hands to the earth an inch in front of the hip sockets. Inhaling, pushing through the floor. Use the strength of the arms to potentially elevate hips. Eyes gaze out into the horizon. Keep your neck relaxed and neutral. Okay, if you feel well anchored, gently tucking the tailbone underneath, visualize the ankles and the feet eventually lifting off of the floor. Calm the breath. Let the face remain serene. And release. Vinyasa, jump back chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Gazing forward, inhale, step or hop to sit. Lay down onto the back for Savasana, corpse posture. Allow the feet to open out to the edges of the mat. Turn the palms of the hands to face the ceiling, allowing the shoulder blades to neatly slide down away from the ears as the hands open approximately 6 inches away from the waist. Finally, let the chin tuck in slightly so the back of the neck feels long. Soften the webbing between your fingers and your toes. Allow the backs of the knees to become heavy, the hip sockets spacious and relaxed. Rib cage is heavy, the shoulders and the neck heavy. Let the surfaces of the teeth separate, the upper palate relax. Feel the backs of the eyes melting down into the skull, and the space between the ears becoming void. Center your awareness now upon your breath. Do not alter its flow, but instead simply observe the tidal rhythm washing over you. As sound, sensations, or thoughts distract you, recall yourself back to the breath with a smile. Gently discipline the mind, but remain compassionate and kind if any reactions surface. Breath after breath, smilingly return. Breath after breath, beginning your practice anew.